Welcome to Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines here with Coach V, myself, Tony Johnson. What's up, Coach?
How you doing today?
Hey, another beautiful day on Thursday, folks. I'm sorry we're dropping a day late because it's all my fault. Sometimes we make mistakes, but that's okay. We're going to have a great show today. Coach, we got a special guest today, right?
Yes, we do. We got Kyiah Prestige out of Westmore, a highly ranked player according to Prep Hoops, Girls Hoops Class 26. She's ranked number 1. Being recruited by several D1s and pretty much everybody in the nation. Very good player, about 6'1", very versatile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's big time. So, Coach, like I said, we're going to have a special guest. We're going to go over District 2, some really good teams in that district. Norman, not Westmore, but who we got in that, Coach?
We got Norman, Piedmont. We got Putnam North.
Choctaw.
Oh, my gosh. I got my list right here, and I don't even forgot.
Hey, that's what happens, Coach. We got more. So, like I said, we got about 8 teams that we're going to go over. We got Capitol Hill. So, we got 8 teams we're going to go over. But, Coach, I got a couple questions I got to ask you before we bring our special guests on. One, what is a high school practice?
High school practice probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on who you are, depending on whether you got a weightlifting class built in or not. Some schools have a 1 hour built-in weights, so some kids go to weights and then they go straight to basketball.
Yes,
some of them have in the morning for a first hour. We have a first hour in the morning. So we go about an hour and a half, hour and 45. It just depends, it could be longer. I got a list to do, and if we're not doing them, then we're going to stay there a little longer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's no need spending 10 minutes on a drill. If we're getting it done at 7, let's move on. And usually I say about 10 minutes is the most I'll spend on something. Usually the number's about 8 for me.
Yes.
But we're going to go shell defense. I think every coach does shell defense. Teach your team, whether you're zone or man, the concepts are the same. So you're going to jump to the ball. You're going to have help. You're going to help the helper. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a lot of shooting in. And it depends. You might have a defensive practice. You might have an offensive practice. Tomorrow we're going to have an offensive practice. My girls have hooked up for 3 days in a row, and they went hard. So tomorrow we're going to have a shooting practice.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to get a lot of shots up tomorrow.
Like I said, that's what pretty much that's what a high school practice looks like. How long do y'all usually practice for, Coach?
Oh, I probably plan it for 2 hours. Some coaches go about an hour and a half, 2 hours. That means we might get some weights in. Today we got abs in. We did an ab workout.
Okay.
I've got a really good assistant that she does that CrossFit stuff and she wear them out. So I say, go get some abs today. And the girls, actually, they're pretty excited about it. I think they'd rather do some abs and run.
Oh, yeah. Ab workout's a tough workout, but, that running takes a lot out of you, Coach. That's good, though. You're getting them in shape. Right now, use a lot of this preseason time to get them ready and get them in good shape and have their body condition ready to go, 4 quarters.
Yeah, I think everybody right now has went through the conditioning. I think now people are starting to put in their stuff, getting ready for scrimmages.
Yes, sir.
And then that way you can actually have some game film. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put in some stuff a little bit and try to keep the intensity up. But, we start getting X's and O's. Sometimes it gets a little dull. And so for us, we keep it about 8-10 minutes. And like I said, after that, we move on. And if we got it done, we don't do it again. If we don't, then we're going to do a little bit more the next day. But I think people are starting to put their stuff in right now. And so that way they have things ready in line for their scrimmages that are coming up after fall break.
Good stuff. Coach, how long should a girl stay after practice, after she's put that work in, been with her training, how much time should she put in, after practice?
It depends on what your practice looked like. For me, if you had a good practice and you shot well, then go home. Unless you want to work on some ball handling, maybe something that you didn't have.
Yes, sir.
A good athlete's going to watch their own film and write down their notes and say, hey, I need to work on some ball handling. I need to work on some defensive slides. Maybe just a little X and O. To come in the office and here's a marker and tell me what you're thinking and what you're seeing and, time to clean up. So usually about 15, 30 minutes. I like for them to shoot some free throws, make at least 10 in a row before you leave. But again, if you're feeling good about your shot, that's the key thing. Did you feel good about yourself? If you did, hey, you had a good practice, go on. If you felt like you missing something and we're around for 30 minutes, I cut a little bit short today to be here, but usually I'm there about 30 minutes afterwards.
Yes, sir. Give that extra time, because I know a lot of girls, they use a lot of time with their training and, in gym, practice with you, but, I still think a young lady should get her shots up by herself. There's only so much you can do at practice when you got 25, 30 girls. There's only so many shots you can put up. And then, like I said, that's why I think it's good for them to get that little extra work after practice. Like my young lady, she got done with practice today. Now she's at her trainer getting some shots up. So I think that's what makes a player better. And like I said, I really like what you're saying. Watch film of yourself, not just another player, but yourself. What can you do? How can you get off that screen? How can you beat that person off the dribble? Is it one dribble pull-up shot, two dribble pull-up shot? Is it a fadeaway? Is it, hey, cut this and your step to get to the bucket? But I think that's great that young ladies should film themselves and watch themselves and go back and then I can't even talk, Coach.
Critique themselves.
Critique themselves. Thank you. Help pick me up. Thursday week's almost over, but I think it's big time. But Coach, like my last one, I got to ask you how do you set goals for the ladies throughout the season?
We try to do for our goals this year. You got to have the one that's out there and then start small. So for us is win our home games.
Yes, sir.
We want to win home games, and that'll put us positioned to our next goal to win conference. And then you win conference, you win your home games, and then what happens is you get a good seeding in the playoffs.
Yes.
And so, you take the small ones, but you can't say, hey, we want good seeding in playoffs. You got to start small, win the home games, steal a game away,
yes, sir.
Win your conference. For some of these teams here, win your district. Don't lose your home games at district and steal one on the road. And that puts you in a good position for playoffs, which gets you in a position to have a good draw. And so that's our goal. Individual goals, I'm not big on the points. I think that takes care of itself. Me, I want to know who's getting the most rebounds, who's getting the most steals, your free throw percentage. I do awards based on individuals so kids can go work, but points are the last thing I care about. I think points are a result of good teamwork, good spacing, and making the right decisions.
I like that because, you see a young lady might put up 25 points, but, she has no assists, no rebounds. But, she's also cherry picking, sitting back there, waiting for the kick out and get the extra buckets. I love young ladies that get down and dirty. We have a young lady on our AU team, Shelby, out of Dell. She might not score a lot of points for us, but, Coach Dre has named her Rodman because she's tough on the boards. And she's not a very big girl, but she knows how to get great position and get block out. So I love those little things, man. Those are the things that help you win a state championship, Coach, is the little things. You can go score 40 points, 35 points, but you don't have no assists, no rebounds. You're just a bucket getter. But college coaches are looking for a player that can do a little bit of everything. So I just think it's good that when you have a young lady that can get you rebounds, get you assists, go in there and get the hard foul and do what you need to do for the team to win. Get down and dirty when the ball's on the ground, not standing and watching, saying, "Hey, kick it to me." Then go get an easy bucket. So I like those, having goals set for a girl because it's like I said, most college coaches these days are looking for a all-around player. There's always going to be a scorer when you got 15, 20 girls you're recruiting. Some's going to be scores, some's going to be defense, some's going to be offense, some's going to be, just a defensive stopper. They might not even go in there and get a bucket. You might put them on the number one player on the other team to shut them down. So I like that you have goals set for these young ladies.
Well, I heard a colleague say, at a school in Texas, and she's won state and got several players in Division I, and her question was to a kid, can you guard a D1?
That's it.
In other words, yeah, you can score, but can you guard a D1 player? Can you guard that person that scores 40 points? To win, you got to have a shutdown.
Yes, sir.
And even the great ones, they came in as offense, and then towards the end of the career, you think of Michael Jordan towards the career, he took more pride in his defense.
Yeah.
But he knew that that's what he needed.
But Coach, he's putting up 46 shots a game.
Well, it's still those. Hey, but Robin's it may got to go rebound those misses, so he went and got Robin to rebound those.
That's
misses,
it. He did.
So,
well, Coach, big game tonight. The WNBA starts, man. I know every young lady that watch, that plays high school basketball or middle school basketball or just a women's basketball, freak. It's good to see that the women's sports has picked up this much, and even from soccer to volleyball. The WNBA has put put the ladies' game on the map, and I love it because when you have a young lady that does play basketball, it's good for they have a goal to set, to try to get to the WNBA, try to go play college ball, try to get played doing something that they love, just like the men do. So I'm excited about the two teams that plays tonight. I know the young lady that we're going to have on here is excited about one of the teams, and so we get to hear her talk about who's her favorite player and all those kind of things. But Coach, how's everything going with your practice? I know you're in your second week.
Yeah, we're in our second week. Like I said, we Monday was a little slow. Monday was a Monday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And Tuesday, Wednesday, and today we really got hooked up, put some things in that we do, competed, went hard, had to make it where everything was competition wise.
That's
so
it.
We've had a couple practices where there's winners and losers. I mean, and so we've had good. And like I said, tomorrow being Friday, I always like my girls out a little early to go support football team, which plays in Chickasha tomorrow. And
so get some of that Jake's ribs.
Yeah,
I love that. Good place to eat.
Yes, it is. And so I'm gonna let them out about a little early, but we're gonna get some shooting up, and it's gonna be shooting competition.
Yes, sir.
And so we've had a good 2 weeks, and we got 3 days coming up after Friday before fall break, and give about 4 days off, and after that we're really hooked up because
trying to get hooked up, huh?
Yeah, because basketball takes a little bit of Thanksgiving, takes a little bit of Christmas, so fall break is yours. I mean, it's your 4 or 5 days. No more than 4 because they get out of shape. So we're gonna bring them back Monday, but they're gonna get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So
that's like I said, you gotta need that break to one, get yourself hydrated back up and have the nutrition that you need and get the rest. Right now there's so many young ladies tearing up their bodies, their knees and ankles and all that. So any good rest is always good to help you secure the body, get it back to being 100%. But Coach, are you ready to bring this guest on?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, let's do this then. We'll be right back, folks, after one of our sponsors, Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball. Be right back.
Above the Line Hoops, helping players achieve their goals through recruitment, exposure, and promotion.
Welcome back to Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines. I'm here with the special, outstanding basketball player from Westmore, Miss Kyiah. How you doing?
I'm doing good, but it's Kyiah.
Kyiah, hey, folks, I tell you, I chop up a name, I tear it up. Hey, I'm pretty sure I said 5 times more wrong before I get it right before the show's over. But welcome to the show. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Doing good.
Hey, we can't complain, man. Hopefully the night's better than last night. But hey, we're gonna get it right, man. We kind of see it going. I see the lines going up and down. So we talking, so everything's going right. I blame it on my daughter. I'm gonna tell her. She said, "Dad, I didn't do it." I said, "Baby, you had one job to do. You didn't have to hit a free throw. You didn't have to hit a layup. All you had to do is push the button, and you couldn't do it." But she said,
sometimes we forget.
Oh, that's it. But that's okay. So I want to ask you. I'm excited to have you on the show. You're one of the top players in the state of Oklahoma. You're just a junior, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a junior, and you got your young sister over there. Lady Jags is gonna try to make a run for that gold ball, but you got to be excited. Practice started, and I know you went through a lot of AAU basketball all summer. But I got to ask you, what's the Lady Jags practice been like?
It's going really well. I'm enjoying it. We've gone over some offense today. We're just getting ready for the season. I'm ready to be in that jersey again and get going and have a shoot around out of full-blown practice, stuff like that.
That's it. You guys got that new stadium over there, for the football team.
Yes.
And I'm really good friends with Coach White, so I hope he watched the show. But we got to get a new gym in there. I know your baby sister probably saying, "Hey, let's get it before I get out of here." But we got to get one before you get out of here. You can't just have the football team having a new gym. We got to have a new football field. We got to have you having a gym. Hey, we're trying to bring a gold ball to the Lady Jags. So hey, let's do this, Coach White.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, you got any questions for us?
All right, so game's on tonight. You got a favorite player?
Brianna Stewart. She's amazing, man. She can do everything like I can. I look up to her.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, Stewie can play. You got to watch her play. I mean, the girl's amazing.
Yes, she is. She is. She's trying to get her a WNBA championship, and I'm so excited about the WNBA because of what it brings to the ladies basketball. Not just college. Now these ladies got a chance when they're done with college. They can be like the men and go play at the highest level. And I know you got your goals set to go play at the WNBA. So it's pretty exciting. So what makes you like Miss
Stewart?
Stewart. I mean, what makes you like her so much?
I just like how versatile she is. I mean, coming from being a bigger guard in my position right now, I'm playing a 3. You know, you got to be able to do everything, and that's not just shooting the ball. That's not just posting up. You got to do everything. You got to guard everybody on the floor. So stuff like that, and I see her do that, and it makes me like, oh, I can do that one day and do it what she's doing and win the championship.
That's big time. That's big time. I love it. I love it though. So kind of describe your basketball game. I mean, how would you finesse your game and say, what makes you, good at what you do?
I'm very versatile. I play in a position where the team needs me to win the game, and if that's playing point guard, then I'll play. If that's playing post, I'll play. And being able to guard the best player on the floor at all times, stuff like that.
That's the magic word, what you just said. I guard the best player on the floor. A lot of people step away from that. When they're a big-time scorer, they don't want to take that chance because they don't want to get in foul trouble. They don't want to wear themselves down. But, to be a champion, that's how you got to be a champion. You got to take those big challenges on. And I love that you said it. And every young lady that listens to this show tomorrow, they need to hear that because I see a lot of girls, they want to score, but I don't want to go guard her because, Coach, I might get in foul trouble. I might not play for her. You know what I'm saying? They're worried about their points instead of, hey, if you score 2 points, but you shut her down and y'all win the ball game, you're the winner, and that's what it got to be like, so many kids are worried about their stats, and what you just said right there is big time.
Well, here's what I like is, let's say you score, 15 that night, and the other girl scores, she averages 20, and she only scores 2. To me, in my eyes, as coach, you scored 33 points. Yep. I mean, there's 18 points that got to come from somebody else on that team because you shut her down, and that's kind of how I look at it sometimes is, when you take away points, I give them to the kid that guarded them because you're taking it away from that team, and that's basically just making a difference in the game there.
Yeah.
Good job. Got a pick.
So let me ask you, how's recruiting going? Being a junior, I know you're getting letters. I know.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's writing you, and everybody wants a 6'1" versatile guard that can play and compares your game to obviously Stewie. So how's recruiting going?
It's going really well. I've learned a lot about a lot of different programs, and I've talked to a lot of head coaches and assistant coaches to see what I would be in their offense and how it would play in their set terms and how a typical practice would go and how campus life is with some of the players. I plan on taking a couple more visits, and then the summer's coming up, so then I'll probably take some officials. Haven't decided where yet, but I'm really excited to enjoy the process.
So you've been on some unofficials?
Yes, I have.
Those are great. I think those are great sometimes because you show up and you get to see a little bit. It's not so scripted. You get to see everything without, as I would say, a show. And you get to see kind of what it would be like normal life almost.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you don't get treated like a princess for your official.
It seems like you got yourself together, you're about to go off to college here the next couple of years, but, college, it's not like the guys, you do one and done, but, you're going to go and get a major. So, what do you plan on majoring in when you do pick the school you decide to go to?
Probably either health science or sports management because they both have something to do with sports. Health science, I want to be an athletic trainer if I do take that route. And sports management or sports media, I want to be a broadcaster or be on ESPN.
That's it.
Nice.
So, you got to be in front of the camera.
Well, guess what? You're hired. We're going to let Coach V go. It's going to be me and your show.
I got 2 more years.
All right, 2 more years. All right. But that's big, like I said. I know you play ball with your little sister, so what's it been like, her being a freshman, you being a junior, do you guys kind of got like eye contact, like, hey, you go this way, it's kind of like the twin powers, even though you're not twins, but you're the sister powers. What's it been like her being on the court with you, this year so far?
It's really great. It's been a minute since we've been together, playing together. Obviously, we train, do everything else together, and I'm just so glad to have her on the team. There's someone that not only has my back on and off the court, but just someone to understand how I feel and be like, hey, this is why she's frustrated and she's not saying anything because this girl's going to get mad, or vice versa. And I know she'll have my back. And she's actually going to be our starting point guard this year. So I'm really excited to see what she brings to us, not only in practice, because she does a lot in practice as well, but on the floor in the game.
I saw her this summer, actually this fall, and how much is she growing? I mean,
she's grown a lot. She's going to be taller than me. I've had to accept it.
She told me that. I did ask her, I said, you going to be taller? She said, yeah, I'm going to be taller than that. And but I think she's grown like 4 inches this summer, it looked like.
That's good.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be able to pick any school she wants to go to, also. So that's
Yeah.
great. So mom and dad got it going on over there. They ain't got to worry about paying for nobody's school.
Yeah. Preschool.
Exactly.
So let me ask you: you're in a pickup game. Dad, BJ, who played college ball. Mom, who played college ball. You and your sis, who's went. Oh, now I know you got a brother. He's a freshman, right?
Yes, he's a freshman in college. Yes, he plays football though, and he cannot beat me if that's the question.
Okay,
He cannot
I
beat
just want
me.
to make sure.
Nobody can beat me. I'm still the best. Yes, I have an older brother in college, and then I have a younger brother who's 10, and he's in 4th grade, and he's starting basketball too as well.
No, now your brother in college, is he playing any sports, or he just going to school?
He plays football.
Oh, what school is he at?
NEO. I say it way too fast and it sounds wrong, so I have to slow myself down.
NEO junior college?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Anytime a young man go play junior college football and he can get some game, he's gonna go D1. So that's all he's doing is getting you prepared for the next level. So that's big, man. Your parents have done a great job. You got a bunch of great athletes, so I got to give them kudos.
Man.
Yes.
You didn't know if you had much choice, right? You were in the gym, right, the whole time, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely in the gym.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna ask you, as you travel and you know, I know AAU and good stuff like that. I'm gonna throw off a script here. How strong is your shoe game?
It actually was really good this year. Like from EYBL and having my own stuff, it was really good. EYBL gave us a lot of stuff, a lot of off the court stuff drip. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna rock this at school and I'm gonna rock this on the play and like all that good stuff.
I like it.
And then I got some Jordan Craft Ivories, the 3s for my birthday last year. So I've been really rocking those. I've been stepping them out a little bit, but not overwearing them.
Yeah. So what's your game shoe gonna be this year? First game of the season. What are you breaking out?
I'm gonna keep that a secret
because Coach, you can't be asking her that between the lines, Coach. You can't.
I don't want everybody to take my shoe.
Yeah, that's it. Somebody's gonna go steal that. I mean, like I know Zoe and her little friends, they like to design shoes, and I think it's always cool when the team all had the matching shoes. I think. I guess because I got girls, but I think that's the cutest thing ever when all the girls got matching shoes, man. I hate like one girl got a black pair and the other one's got pink pair. No, every young lady should have the same shoe, unless she ain't got game. Then she got to go get her own shoe.
Yeah. Well, I had a kid that I talked to the other day. She said, I spent like $500 on a pair of shoes. I was like, woo. She, her dad or whoever designed some shoes, some Kobe shoes I never heard of or anything that were limited or something. Yeah. Shoe game strong. Yeah. I'm over here.
Hey, them Kobe's be like 100,000 almost now since all them shoes he's been dropping.
Jeez, my feet are hurting. I'm in New Balances. I'm old.
Hey, I got a pair of New Balance too. I got to ask you. So what is something that that people might not know about you? I know we know you're a great basketball player, a great student, have a great smile. Just a loving young lady. But what is something that people that don't know you, what would you say that somebody that don't know you, something that you could tell about yourself?
I actually bake. Like I bake cakes, cake pops, cookies.
Wow.
I'm actually making some more cookies tonight. My sister sent me a TikTok. She's like, "You have to make these," and I said, "Okay, I guess we're making them."
I love it.
All right, so Halloween's around. Kind of a couple more questions. Halloween's around the corner. What is your Halloween candy?
It would either have to be peanut M&Ms or Twix.
Ooh, okay.
That's it. I like peanut M&Ms. I go hard with the yellow package, man. I mean, Twix is good too. Snickers satisfies the body though. When you're tired and you're in between games, you might have to grab your Snickers though. That's something you got to do. You played against a lot of great competitions here in the state, and AAU ball and all over. Who was somebody that you had to guard, and it was a tough game. Like when you left that game, you're like, man, I had to put everything in the engine to get this win, or just to pull it out. So who was somebody that you had to guard that was pretty tough?
It was Kyiah Parks. We played them at home, and we went into double overtime, and I had to face guard her every time I hit a shot. Every time I was right there with her, no matter what. She definitely gave me a run for our money. Gave us a run for our money. Shooting everything, definitely stepping up. Had a great game against her. We ended up coming out with the win.
That's big.
It was a really good game.
Yeah, well, that's 2 number one. According to a couple rankings, that's 2 number ones.
2 number ones.
Yeah, we're both number one now.
Yeah, so I thought new rankings came out, and Kyiah was number 1, and you were number 1 at 26. So those are 2 number ones going at it.
Yeah, I got to watch her last year in the Norman tournament, man, against Midwest City, and she put 41 on the meet. I mean, it might have been 61. It was a lot of points. And I mean, and they threw the chair at her, they threw the bus at her, and you watch her. She's come across the court just hitting threes, and you can't do nothing about that as a coach, man. You can try to do everything you want, but when you're hot, some nights you just feel it. You're like, man, this is my night, So
right.
This is great. So if there's anything in the game that like what makes you more mad? Missing a layup, missing a free throw, missing a mid range, or missing a three? What makes you more mad than anything?
Probably a free throw because it's free money.
That's it. I love it.
Money, yeah.
Yes,
like
that's it. I'm gonna buy you a pair of shoes for that one. I tell my daughter that all the time. It's free money. You cannot miss a free throw. It's free money.
No matter what.
Yes.
Even if it's not game on the line, you're still gonna miss it.
I love it. That's big time, man. Daddy got you trained. I love it. So, let's talk about your training a little bit. I know you and your sister have a trainer. So who is training you?
My dad trains us. Me and my sister work out together. So we have school practice, obviously, throughout the week. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have training from 6:30 to 7:30. On Tuesdays, we go over ball handling and shooting. Then Thursdays, more of a review of post moves and off the dribble moves and one dribble pull up, two dribble pull up, catch and shoot threes sometimes, or even a step back. I might hit a little step back move.
Nice.
You never know. And then Sundays, my dad has a boys team, all ninth graders, and that's more of a defensive day, I think, to me, because we play a lot of 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 5-on-5, 3-on-3, and it's just to help me and my sister get quicker, because they're quicker than us, even though they're 2 years younger than me. They're so quicker than me, because it's different guarding a boy from a guy. And just being mentally checked in, even though I may miss a layup or miss a jump shot, I have to remember it's a boys' ball and I'm practicing with boys. And in a game, that's going to go in.
That footwork stuff I know you work on, because your dad worked a couple with my kids at Hera. And, it's about creating that space. I mean, you can use that size and create that space. And with your height, creating that space even against a quicker person, it allows you to lift and rise up over them at your height, be able to shoot that jump shot. So creating that space and that step back, I bet that step back's pretty nice. I bet it has a good lift on it. I'm glad I don't have to play against it. But it helps you as your size. It says a bigger guard, and they put somebody smaller on you. That's what I like when you talk about you get to post up. It's a hard matchup. I mean, at 6'1", it's a hard matchup. Yes, where you can be a shooter. I can take you off the dribble, so you put somebody smaller, and then I'm going to go post them up. And so put somebody bigger on me, I'm going to go outside and take her to the hole. So the versatility that you have, I can see why you are ranked number one, and why a lot of coaches are looking at you as far as their programs, because I think you can fit in anywhere into a system as far as your versatility.
That's big time. So I'm looking forward to come watching you play live. Like I said, I got to see you last year in the not Choctaw, but the Colorado Classic. Just watching you in that last year, you were just a sophomore, so you got bigger, stronger. So I'm looking forward to seeing your game. Bring my daughter out to come watch, especially get to see one of the best players in the state, and her look at it and say, hey, what I got to do to work hard. And every young lady that listens to this show, even if they're a senior, junior, whatever, you got to keep working to get to the, to be the best. You got to keep working to get there. So I appreciate you coming on the show. You are first young lady that came on Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School girls basketball. Yeah. We love it, and that's thinking not better to have the number one player in her grade to come on and do a show. And it makes other ladies want to come on the show too, because right now it's all we're trying to do is help young ladies basketball in the state of Oklahoma get bigger and stronger, because I think Oklahoma girls basketball is better than any other state too. Everybody can talk about the East Coast, but hey, Oklahoma has great players. You can see we got young ladies going to SEC. We got you getting recruited. You got Sanaa. We got a lot of girls doing big things, and they're opening doors for the other young ladies that's going to follow y'all footsteps. So before you go, I got one thing to ask you. What would you tell the girls that looks up to you what to do and what they need to do to keep becoming great?
You just got to lock in no matter what. No matter if you're better than your high school team or middle school team, if you're better on AAU team, you got to keep working, get in the gym, don't goof around, and, make sure you're resting up and staying in good recovery.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach. Anything else before we let it go?
No, I appreciate it. I'm going to get out and watch you play, and I'm excited to see you and your little sister combo together. And I expect good things this year for the Lady Jags.
That's it. Go take care of business, ladies.
Get you that
Yes, sir,
ring.
I will.
Get you that ring. So it's back.
I'm
Get that
getting
ring.
it.
That's
All
it.
right.
Go get
I'm
it.
getting
Go get it. Like I said, we appreciate you coming on the show. Good luck this season. Like I said, I'll be out to catch a game or two. Looking forward to watching you and your sister play and the rest of your teammates. So good luck to you, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Go
you for
Liberty,
coming on the
right?
show.
Go Liberty, right?
Yes, go Liberty.
We'll catch you next time. Thank you.
All right.
Well, folks, as we do it over here between the lines, Oklahoma High School girls, man, I'm having one of the best players in the state to come on the show. It says what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make this show bigger and better. And, you know, you can see this young lady. She brings a lot of energy. But I'll tell you what I really like about this young lady, Coach.
What's that?
She's not cocky. You know, she plays with a lot of heart. You know, when you can sit there and say, hey, I can score 25, 30, 40 points a game. But she says, hey, I'm gonna go get on the best player, and I'm going to shut her down.
Well,
you know,
yeah, that's what makes her. That makes her. You know, you ask how you get ranked number one, and
Yes, sir.
you got to be able to play both ends of the floor.
Yes, sir.
You know, like I was saying, is can you guard D1? And I think that's what she's trying to prove is
Yes.
she can score, and at her height, she can break down and she can guard the perimeter. She can guard anywhere on the floor with her height and versatility, and that's going to make you a player that gets a chance to pick your school where you want to go.
Well, Coach, let's get into this 6A2 district. You know, we got a few teams we got to talk about. You know, some great teams. I mean, really, really great teams. You know, you talk about the young lady over at Norman. We talk about her putting 40, 50 points a game on some teams this year. But, you know, we're going to start off with Norman, Coach. They got, 4 returning starters, right?
Yeah, they got 4 returning starters. 5-star Keely Parks, who's about 5'11", point guard, off guard, combo guard, anywhere you want. I mean, she can play 1 through 3. We talk about very smooth score. I mean, you know, she'll drop 20, 30 on you, and you're just kind of like, it was within the game. It wasn't like she forced shots, and she has a very high IQ. And when you have a high IQ, you know how to, you know, score easily because there's a backdoor cut.
Yes, sir.
You know, nice footwork coming off of a down screen. And so
Check.
yeah.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. And so, you know, I think she's you know, obviously the kid that everybody's going to focus on. But, you know, they have other players. I mean, they have a kid named Destiny Deer, who's about 5'9", 5'11". Just, you know, talk about a kid that just hustles. She takes charges. She rebounds. She does a little bit of everything. And she can score. And she's getting looked at by some schools as well, you know, whether it's, I think it's some D2s, NAI. So she's a kid that could play at the next level. And then, you know, the Gabrielle Lee's another kid, a guard, really quick guard. You know, again, not a point, but a 2-guard. And, you know, Coach Park's style is defense. He likes defense. He likes pressure. And so the next names we're mentioning coming up, these all girls lock down on D. I mean, they get after it. They hook you up, and they're going to guard you 94 feet on defense. And so Gabrielle Lee, you know, he's got the kid that he's going to miss is Addie Heibel.
Yes.
I mean, I saw her play after she came back from her first knee. Really liked the kid she had. I think it's a D2 offer. So she's that type of level kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told that she got hurt again and I think may miss the season. And she's the point guard. She is a true point guard. I mean, and, you know, so they're going to miss that. And luckily they've got a transfer kid coming in, Halen Browning, that I coached at Luther, who is a true point guard and has played in Frankie's system, being in AAU with Trey Young for a while when he coached Trey Young and she was there. And so she'll fit in pretty nice, understands, they understand each other, they have a relationship. She's played with Keely before on the same team. So, you know, so there's, you know, we talk about transfers sometimes. Do they blend in? Do they mix well? This one's going to be almost a plug and play in there and help cover the Heibel loss. You know, and you bring back the freshman of the year, Bailey Johnson, in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, rebounder, does the little things, and you're going to have that when you have kids that shoot a lot. You know, and so I need to be able to shoot. Kid, go get a rebound. That's what this young lady did. And then, you know, so they got a couple other transfers. I don't know if you saw the Crawley kid, Blythe Crawley, when she was at Westmore. You know, 17, 15 points. I mean, kid could score.
And then she takes her towels over to Norman. You know, that's funny. You know, you got, you know, she goes from one number one player to the next number one player. You know, she scored over 1,000 points.
Yeah, she's 1,000. You know, Halen Browning was 1,000-point scorer. So is Crawley coming in. So, you know, you get 2 transfers at 1,000 points each.
Yes.
I mean, that's
big
big time.
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's big time. And, you know, she got offers from SNU and several other D2 schools and some NI schools. So I feel like Norman is setting himself up to, you know, make a big run for the gold ball. You know, I got a chance to watch them last year. Last year they was kind of led by, Parks, she did a lot for him. Now then, especially with Hibble being down, they had to go get some missing pieces that can help her, do the things that she needs to do. So really looking forward to see what Norman can do. They got one more young lady.
They got a freshman named Carson Ellison that I've seen play. I've seen videos. Kid's a gym rat. She's in the gym. She works hard. Scrappy little thing. I always say a little bit scrappy.
Yeah.
And she fits in as a freshman to do her job, and that's play defense. We all know who's going to score here, but you got to be able to play defense and hit the open shots. And this young lady is in the gym 24/7 every time I look at a video on her. So she's a nice little player as well.
Then, then we're going to go over to PC North. Coach Martin, the coach of the year last season in 6A1 district. Returns 3 starters from last year's team, plus, several young players who help help with big minutes and add, with the transfers to watch at PC North. They could be a team that could be in the hunt, if you're looking at them, that they start off with a young lady, Kyiah Dillard.
Kyiah Dillard, yes, very nice player. I've seen her all summer long. She plays with the team, and she gets after it. And deal with, again, Putnam North is a style that pressures up, gets after you. Got my notes today, Coach.
Got him. Talk to me.
I ain't leaving nobody out today. I got my notes. But anyway, Kyiah Dillard's a very nice guard. All district player. She's going to get, Coach, they were going to press. If you were sitting in the bottom of this district, the top 2 teams aren't going to zone you. They're going to get after you full court.
And you talk about the Kyiah, but you wouldn't even talk about what they really received. The young lady Brandy Harrell
from Millwood.
From Millwood, the Auburn commit. You ain't even talked about that. And that just tells you what they already had, and you add her, a young lady that's very long and athletic that can do many things. And it's not there's a reason why she's going to an SEC team. Auburn comes all the way to Oklahoma and get her. It just tells you what type of player she is. Millwood is, I hate to say it, but they lost a lot of great players to other teams. So it just tells you what these other teams are doing. And I think PC North and Norman setting themselves up for great success this year. And then PC North got another young lady. What's her name? Nia. Is it Nia?
Mm-hmm.
Nia.
I want to say Nene,
maybe Nene.
Nene.
Hey, hey, parents,
Sorry.
don't get mad at us if we tell your baby's name. We're doing the best we can.
So it's Goretta.
Yeah, Goretta's, 5'10", combo guard that has D1 offers from
Sienna,
and also coming off a great summer drawing, interest from all of the schools. That just tells you what PC North is doing over there. Then they also had another young lady come in, right?
Yeah, Gray from Putnam City West.
Yes, So this is a young lady that's coming off a state championship last year of Jefferson's team. That she knows what it takes to win a championship. So she just takes her, she just goes from one corner to the next corner, from PC West all the way down the street to PC North. Probably a little bit nicer school, keeping it real. But now she's taking her talents over there and go play with these young ladies that got a lot of talent. I think PC North is going to be really athletic, and like Coach said, they can get up and down this, press you full court and wear you down until, hey, when you get to that fourth period, man, you're tired, and these people's put a lot of traps on you. Now you turn the ball over, and I always tell people defense turns into great offense.
I'm definitely on that.
Yeah.
Defense is your offense for us. Stealing a layup is a lot better than having to work hard 5-on-5 versus trying to shoot a 20-footer. So. The other lady they have is a post kid I've never seen, but she got big minutes last time. And how you say that name, Coach?
Ooh, which one is it?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a shot at Tanila. She's a guard, Coach. She's a 5'6" guard that brings experience and then strong summer. Saw her, you got a chance to see her this summer. She's gone, coast to coast. A fast young lady. Anytime you got a quick guard, especially you got a big, she can get down there and steal the ball from you. Then, like I said, now you're getting back to the press game again. This girl it's just all on you like a little mosquito. She just keep slapping at you. Finally, you're gonna turn the ball over. So PC North has put themselves in a great situation to do big things this year. And you're looking there in the same conference with Norman. So you got some really solid teams, and we just talked about the first 2 teams already.
Yeah, like I said, I think PC North has got the guard play, the talent, the scrappiness, and when you have the guard play, they have enough guard play to probably counter some pressure that Norman may give them.
Yes, sir.
Others may not have that many ball handlers that Putnam North has.
Yeah.
And then, you have the hair kid that came in from Millwood there's a kid that can handle the ball a little bit, has skill set to be able to be an outlet in the middle of the floor versus a press. So you can find her, and she could be an outlet because of her height to be able to pass over a smaller guard or something that guards her. So I see PC North making a serious chance with what they have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then you come in with Choctaw, right, Coach?
Yeah, Choctaw. I mean, Choctaw has 3 returning starters. They lose the Davis kid to OBU, a kid that did a lot of things for them. But you have Leah Duvall, who is a guard combo that has been around, starter since she was a freshman, has major minutes, can score. I really like her game. She's tough. I mean, she gets in there and gets physical and mixes it up. So, and then a young lady, Addison, that has gotten an offer from other schools, and she's going to have to pick up some scoring as well.
Yes, sir.
And then you have a kid named Riley Johnson, who I saw as a guard.
Yeah, I got to saw her this summer. Up close, Coach. We our AU team got a chance to play Choctaw's high school team, and this Johnson's a really, really quick, athletic young lady. She's a pest, man. She's gonna get up on you. She's gonna play good defense, and she's gonna get to the bucket. And she's worked on her jump shot, so I think that's really big time for her. Especially losing some players. But now I think they come a little bit more athletic. They got a big, in the Hawk. Was it Molly? Melanie Hawk. I mean, I know her dad really well. He played baseball at Oklahoma State. She's a young lady that plays volleyball and basketball. So just a really athletic young lady, good size too. So I mean, the whole family's big. Brothers like 6'7". I mean, I'm pretty sure she's probably pushing 6'1", 6'2". Not know how tall, but if you play volleyball and you can jump, and like I said, being a big athletic family, she's going to help the Choctaw. Your Lady Jackets do some big things this year in school ball.
Well, I think Addison, Aaliyah is going to have to pick up the scoring.
Yes, sir.
Until somebody comes up. Johnson's, again, a kid that can play point. You have a post, so you have some pieces there. But, Choctaw every year seems like they're reloading, and every year they're still winning games. So, they're one of the few systems that in their middle school that feed up.
Yes.
And so, so they do a good job as far as having freshmen coming in and playing. I know one young lady who's a freshman, McKenna Austin, who's a freshman coming in. It's
real
scrappy, plays at AU. She probably knows the system, and she's probably going to be somewhere maybe in that top 10, but she's going to give you some depth. I mean, and she knows the system and knows the tradition. And like I said, every year Choctaw loses kids, and you think, but they bring in a kid like Essence Curry from Carl Albert, who's an all-district player, who's coming back from a knee injury, but I think she'll be back maybe January. So you add that kid to that mix. And Choctaw's a team that, again, we talk about district, win your home games, get them on the road. If you can still win up north, Norman or something like that, you put yourself in a position as long as you just take care of home court.
Another young lady I know really well, she trains with my daughter, is Novotny, not Novotny, I can't even think tonight. Coach is going so bad. But, good guard, Navarro, I'm sorry, folks. Navarro, really, really good guard, athletic. She's going to be able to help them, I don't know if she's going to be a starter or 6-man, but she'll help a lot, with her athletic system, especially till you get Curry back. So Choctaw's a team, like I said, they went undefeated last year, got beaten, in the playoffs. But, I know Coach does a good job over there. So don't sleep on them because they going to knock off some people and make a run for the gold ball too.
Yep. Next up we have more. Coach Courtney got it. I won't say got it late. I mean, got the job late. Was able to probably get one camp in maybe. So you really kind of get her stuff in. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about, in this district, we look at it, we talk about a bunch of guards.
Yes, sir.
Now, we get to more, we're talking about posts.
Woo!
We got a 6'2" and a 6-footer. And then
that's probably the biggest team in 6A.
I'm going to tell you right now, 3 starters right here that I could think of.
Yes, sir.
Is going to be Jacelyn. Now, I'm going to say, I know the kid, but I never, I don't ever introduce last name. Bestal, who's 6'2", strong, good hands. She'll hold that paint down. She's the type of kid that if she can get her drop step on you and get between you and the bucket, she's going to score. Then you got another kid, Jalen Carrington, who is at 6 foot.
That's another great size,
good size, good hands, nice little face-up jump shot. I think she's going to have a big junior year. I think she's sitting around, kind of sitting there waiting. And I think her junior year is going to be the year that people are going to see her be able to get some good things.
I think you talk about Moore. You talk about their size. I think they're one or two guards away from being a team that they got the size and they get a good guard that can control get it to those bigs and then hit a couple of outside jumpers. And because one thing they're going to do a good job coaching, we both know they're gonna control the boards. Having that good size, they're gonna have good blockouts. So then they come with a young lady, Libby. Jasquez is a solid player. Not she's 6'1". That's still another good size, and she's committed to go play softball, right, Coach?
Softball, Oklahoma State. I saw her 2 years ago in the Choctaw tournament, and she's a nice player. I mean, she probably could play college basketball if she wanted to. But she's such a good softball player and
that's a good size, 6'1's a good size.
Yeah, I mean, she committed her sophomore year. Man, that's how good.
She's taller than me, Coach.
Yeah, they're all taller than me right now. I mean,
I love it.
But like we talk about Moore, I think the thing that you might see him more, and I don't know because I haven't seen him play, but I think everybody here is playing zone, and I think Moore with their size is going to play zone.
Yes.
So if they can get by the press, and you have that height, and if they can get guard play to get by the press and not turn it over,
yes, sir.
And then you got to come down and score against a big zone.
It can make things different.
It can make things different. Now, again, I don't know what coach is going to do, but when you got 6'2" and 6 foot, and they can run. Don't get me wrong, they can run, but they're not a pressing type team, and you don't want to get them in foul trouble. So you're going to play some zone and make teams maybe knock it down from the outside, and you're going to get the rebound.
Coach, you talk about, Courtney, she gets this job. And to me, I think this is a good job. I think Moore's football and everything, and Moore's up on the rise. So I think Courtney, people might say, I think, man, I got a chance to watch this team up close this summer, man. They're big. And like I said, I think they're just one, you got a great guard to them. Not saying they don't, because I haven't seen all their guard play. And kids move left and right. We don't know what they all got, but I'm telling you, this is a team I'm excited to go watch this year because, like you said, when you got size like that, size can wear on you. And you start playing four quarters, man, and they put that big body. And by the time it comes fourth quarter, you kind of wore down, coach, and you know that by coaching. You can't teach size, man. I don't care what you say. You can be fast. You can slow somebody down coming to the paint, take a charge, but you can't teach size.
Well, they're going to have to try to replace 2 all-district players that seniors graduate. One of them went to OCU and played. It was a leading scorer, contributor for almost 4 years in a row, and she's at OCU now. So I think when we talk about posts and we talk about guards, there's got to be a score somewhere here.
Yes, sir.
And so you're going to need some guard play to get against these fast teams that we just talked about before, and then to get it inside, and then but you're going to need somebody that can shoot and score, and they're going to miss that right now until somebody steps up, and then they probably have one. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you're going to finish up with Piedmont. They come in, a very young team. A lot of players coming back from last year. Still a very young team, but experience from last season. They will be led by their senior Riley Burnett to be the scorer. She's the leading scorer from the team last year. You look for her to do the same things this year. I mean, she's a shooting guard that can score. Very athletic player that has she's committed to go play at East Central. Just a great athlete, just a great basketball player, track, and I think she even plays soccer. So it just tells you what type of athlete she is, and she's going to lead the Piedmont team. Which is in a tough district, but hey, she's going to put up the battle to go help them try to get some wins this year. And who else they have, Coach?
They got Coach's daughter, Coach Crawford's daughter, Kenley. Basketball family. Every kid's played basketball. She's grown up in it, and she's going to have a high IQ type player. She's very, going to have a skill set. I mean, she's in the gym. Got no choice. No choice. Dad runs runs.
She got to be in the gym.
Got to be in the gym.
She don't get no nights off.
Yeah, and she's had good sisters in front of her to help guide her down. Her older sister Delaney, I believe, is at Tulsa University and just made the national players watch list. So when you got open gym and you got your dad who's been coaching, AAU and stuff for a long time, and then you got your older sister coming in who is on the watch list for the national player. You got some good people to learn from. So she's going to have a nice game, and I think she's going to have a good year.
Yes. And then they have Ava Watkins, a 5'11", great size, very skilled player that has drawn some interest in a lot of D2s NAI schools. It's going to be able to help them this year. And like I said, it's another good sized guard. When you start talking about guards, 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1", those are big guards. I mean, back in the days, those girls played center. Now you're talking about these young ladies being guards. So it just tells you right now. I pray my baby can get 5'7", 5'8". I'm praying, baby. I'm praying.
Ava does a good job. I mean, she faces up. She got a nice mid-range jump shot. 5'11", she does have some inside game around the hole. Up and unders, scrappy kid, gets to the hole, pops her feet, makes a good decision. So at height, she does that. The young lady that I saw last year that just shot like I want to say crazy range was Miss Duffy.
Duffy.
Yeah, Destiny. And I knew she hurt her knee. I want to say in March. So usually in March you might be back probably about January, maybe earlier. I haven't spoken to her lately, but a great young lady, good range, plays hard, and that scrappy type kid. So someone will have to replace that kid. But they got a freshman coming in that's really really nice.
Oh, my fault. You got me lost right here. You got a freshman,
Nia
Wilson.
Yep.
Wilson will have an impact at point guard. Said you got to see her play over the summer. She's going to be on the watch list for 2028, which that 2028 class is loaded with a bunch of young ladies that can play from all over. And like I said, a lot of these girls play a lot of AU basketball, so we get to see them up close when they're playing in tournaments and big time tournaments. They're not playing in the YMCA pickup game. They're playing in big time tournaments. Run for the Roses. The Clash and all these big time tournaments they have all over different states. So a lot of these parents are doing a lot of traveling coaching, so they get to see great competition week in and week out. So this young lady is going to be able to help Piedmont a little bit, especially being a freshman and being a young lady. You need to keep her eye out.
Yeah, I saw her play in the deal, and I was really impressed with her height. Spoke to her, very nice young lady, very coachable it seemed like. So she's going to blend in well, understands basketball, has played with a lot of those kids probably all summer on the same AAU program. And so there's already continuity there coming in as a freshman. So, like I said, I saw her as a major impact player. And, Piedmont's going to be well coached.
Yes, sir.
They're going to change their defenses. I mean, they're going to press you in a zone and a man, and they're a changing type defense. And I saw them last year playing our tournament. And, matter of fact, Ms. Burnett made all tournament, I believe. And, you're going to have to prepare.
That's it.
And they're well, and like I said, and they all play together at some form, whether it was AAU or whatever it may be. And so they're going to have good continuity.
And then you got Mackenzie, is a young lady that comes in that transfer in from homeschool. So, she comes in and ready to go. And so that's pretty cool. You've been homeschooled. Now she's get a chance to get out there on the court with these Piedmont girls. And like I said, this Piedmont team, you can't sleep on them. This is a team that, hey, if you don't come out and bring your A game, they can knock you off. And Coach talked about this earlier in the show. You got to protect home court. Home court is what you got to protect. You want to get those district wins because it sets yourself up good when you go to regionals and you go all these different area and all that. So you got to get those home court. Those are the most important wins. You don't want to give one up because it's going to help the other team get better singing than you.
Yeah, like I said, you have to do that. You have to, and you got to steal one on the road.
Yes, sir.
You have to. You got to find somebody sleeping, or whatever it may be, just not focused enough. But you got to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna have a tough time in this district. I mean, that's, like I said, we talk about our goals for our school. We got to win our home games in conference and get some on the road, and hope that somebody else drops somewhere else. The last team we're going to talk about is Lawton Eisenhower. Coach Crowley came from Cash, did a good job. I've been there at camp a couple times,
yes.
And we saw them this summer, and they were very scrappy. She had them organized, she had them going, and Lawton Eisenhower does have a tradition. I want to say probably about 4 or 5 years ago, they made 5A state playoffs. And so, she's trying to get that back down there. When you're in Lawton, you got a big draw with the new transfer rule.
Yes.
I mean, one school's down the road from the other, and if you like the program, then you know what? All you got to do is apply and make the move. So,
and they had that with one of the young ladies. Miss Fisher comes in from Lawton Mack, a very quick point guard. Just in her sophomore season, averaging over 15 points a game. She has an offer, a JUCO offer already. So that just kind of tells you this young lady taking her talents from Lawton Mack and bringing it over to Lawton, Eisenhower. So that just tells you what they got over there. So Lawton's a team. I mean, they don't have probably a lot of superstars right now, but it's a team that's going to be very athletic and well coached. You have a coach that's there's a new coach, so he's going to try to put his name on the map. She's a new coach. I'm saying she's going to try to put her name on the map and do big things and help Lawton Eisenhower get back on. You got to think Lawton Eisenhower. You got 3 great Lawton teams down there. So then you get a young lady that can leave. That just tells you what type of coach this is. You have a young lady that leaves Lawton Mack and comes over to her. So it tells you what they got going over there.
Well, that's an hour and a half, 2 hour bus ride that you take down there, and you take your nap. You got your blanket on, you got AirPods. You listen to your music, take your little nap on the way down, and you wake up. You better be ready to go. I mean, and because they're going to be ready to. They're hungry and they want to steal a game. I mean, I don't know how far they'll go, but to take one of these top 3 or 4 teams out and make sure, that's the thing. You can be a spoiler. If you can't get there, you can be a spoiler and
knock somebody off.
Keep
them at home like you.
Yeah, and so so you get a steal here or there, And you take a little pride that, you know what, so-and-so was ranked number 1, but they're not number 1 now because we beat them.
We knocked them off.
Yeah.
Coach, I mean, like I said, I like what we're doing. We talk about the districts, man. And a lot of great girls' names we threw out there. Some of these young ladies, you got to keep your eye on, and watch for them throughout the year. Because you can be like, I heard that name. You heard that name on Oklahoma High School girls between the lines, So,
right.
Keep yourself out on, keep watching for some of these young ladies. And like I said, some of these 2028s and, the 2027s. There was a lot of great talent in the state of Oklahoma. Coach, any closing thoughts?
Hey, it's getting around. I mean, I told my girls today, we're 44 days away. Now, I had to remind them that's not 44 practices, but that's 44 days away. I mean, and so it's getting right there. Next week it's going to feel like basketball weather, 70 degrees.
That's it.
I mean, it's 91. It doesn't feel like it yet.
Yes, sir.
But
yeah.
by next week when it's 70, high as 72, and you got the hoodies on now, hey, it's time to lace them up and go.
That's it. Well, Coach, next week we're going to talk about what District 3, 6A, 3, and that's talking about Bigsby, Union, Westmoreland, and Wausau. Some of the teams that we'll be talking about, and we'll have a great coach on next week. We're gonna try to do a player coach, and we might do get more into the season. We might get more players on, but we want to talk to some of these new coaches, And one of the things we want to say real quick before we close the show, let's keep everybody in the state of Florida.
Yes.
With the hurricane going on, folks, I'd be the first to tell you, man, I probably wouldn't live in a state like that because I can't swim. When I go to the kiddie pools, I got my floaties on. So I'll just tell you right now. So, like I said, I called one of my roommates last night from college, Jeff Bentley, and then asked how him and his family's doing. He said they were doing good. He said he might lose some power, but man, just watching that storm last night, I got up this morning and watched it, and it's something else, man. So I pray for the ones that do have loved ones in Florida, but everybody take a moment of silence and pray for the ones that's going through this.
Yes, I mean that's we're sitting here talking about basketball, football, big football game coming up.
Yes.
And life takes that stuff takes a back seat right now.
Yeah, that's it.
So I appreciate the moments you have and the opportunities you have, and you get a chance to practice, get out there and practice, get a chance to play a game, make the most of it. I mean, so that's kind of you got to take that thought in moments always.
We set a standard for ourselves. Fall break falls next week. We like to have over 100 subscribers before we hit fall break. Folks, please subscribe to the show, man. It's something great that you can listen to high school girls basketball. It's no charge. It's free. I'm going to say it free. And, like I said, we're not going to charge you to subscribe to the show. All we're asking you just to get on and like it, comment, and subscribe. You get to catch high school girls basketball, listen to some of the great players in the state of Oklahoma that we'll have on each week. Every Wednesday night. Like I said, we're sorry about going Thursday night. I had a boo-boo. I apologize. I'll work on it as soon as we're done to get it up first thing tomorrow morning. But, I couldn't be more tickled to do a show with Coach V. This guy knows his stuff, man. He brings the notes when we and him go back and forth, sending each other text messages and emails. We try to come prepared. And like I said, I will apologize if we tear somebody's name up. Some of these young ladies I'm hearing for the first time, and I'm trying to get to know them, trying to follow them on Twitter and all that. So, as we keep doing this show, I'll get better and better. But like I said, I thank you for everything that, like I said, watching the shows and, giving us thumbs ups and everything you do.
Yep. Comment, let us know. I mean, we only get better if you let us know what you want to hear. I mean, you want to hear something recruiting-wise, you want to know this, want to know that, then, make a comment. And that's what we want to do. I mean,
there's a player out there that we're not talking about. Let us know. We'll get that player on. There's no charge to come on the show. Everything is free. Like I said, once again, it's what, Coach?
Between the lines.
And it's free. free. All I got to say before I go, Boomer!
Sooner!
Boomer! Sooner. I don't know. Coach is not.
I'm not, I get
Coach,
one. I get one of them.
He got one, but I'm going to tell you, go Sooners this weekend. Everybody that's going up to Dallas, be safe. Safe travel. We'll see you next week. Between the Lines, Oklahoma High School Sports. See ya!